Yo, yippee yay. All day. That's what huh?
Not only is he Spider-Man,
That's just the basic. I'm not, no.
but you are Spider-Man.
Yeah, no, there's nothing comes out.
Those powers never came out.
Nah.
Helen Yee here, being joined by the one and only, the man who needs no introduction, Mr. Joseph Parker.
Thank you.
We spoke a few weeks ago, spoke about your spider bite. I know you said no superpowers have come out yet. It's waiting till February 29th. Yeah. But how does it feel to finally have an opponent now, Shawndell Winters?
Firstly, I think it's fantastic to lock in an opponent. We had options. I think we sent out contracts to a lot of fighters. But I guess he's the one that sort of took the fight and wanted it. You know, I think we had Maurice Wacht, Helenas, who else do we have? Erkin Tipper, Chris Ariola. And he was the one that took the fight, so we're thankful that we actually have a fight. You know, it's been a while since I've been in the ring. I was in the ring in June 2019, and it was a slow year with only one fight. Yeah. So I'm pretty thankful that, we're starting off the year early, because I want to lock in, if we can, I'll lock in 3 fights this year, hopefully.
But how frustrating is it? Because like you just mentioned, you guys have sent out offers to multiple fighters who turn it down. So how frustrating is it to be training but kind of just wondering who your opponent will be?
I know that I'm going to, when the date was given to us, February 29th, I know I was going to have a fight. I just didn't know who it was. And some fighters saw the contract and then they went on and had different deals with other people. And some fighters had, didn't think it was the right fight for them. So, like I said, when I came into camp, I knew I was going to be fighting end of February. I don't know who, but I was here to train hard and stay focused on, just keeping in shape. And then once we had the opponent, just working on different skills and sort of combinations that we think will be good for him.
But obviously he is relatively unknown. So what do you make of him?
When I see, Shawndell Winters, what I can see is that he's come off some good wins over some undefeated fighters. I think with the record that he presents, 13 wins, he's had 12 knockouts. So, got to respect that he's got a bit of pop in his punches. Yeah. And, he's for him to take the fight, I think it shows that he's confident with himself. I think anyone that takes a fight is confident that they can win the fight. So he's confident, and I think he'll come out firing, and he's got really nothing to lose. So.
Well, how do you envision the fight playing out?
Listen, I've been training really hard. So. The heavyweight division is on fire at the moment. There's some big fights happening all around the world, and in order for me to be a part of that, I have to put in a good performance and just, win and look good doing it.
Well, like you mentioned, the heavyweight division, there's so much firepower. I mean, it's almost like a renaissance, right?
That's great. A lot of heavyweight fights happening around the world, and I know that I belong at the top level, and I just have to go out there and show what I'm made of and what I can do, and then that'll sort of get me closer to fighting for the fights that I want.
So after this fight, what about Dereck Chisora? You guys were linked before.
I'd love to fight him. It was unfortunate being pulled out of the fight. That was the fight I wanted. I think that was the fight he wanted, and he backs himself. I back myself. I think down the line, it's a fight that can still happen. I'm keen, but first I just got to get rid of this guy in front of me.
And Carlos Takam, I know you've beaten him, but he is training with you in this camp. How's that been?
I think it's good to get a lot of different sparring, because when you're in the ring, you're not quite sure the style that you're going to get. So when you spar a lot of different fighters in different styles, you can adapt and change when you need to. It's great to have that. We had a fight back in 2016. And we wanted to smash each other, but it's great to be able to have the respect between fighters. He comes in the gym, we do some sparring, we try and smash each other, and then after that, good work, man, and see you again in a few days.
I know. Good sportsmanship. And have you been swimming at all? I heard you're a good swimmer.
I've been doing some swimming, yeah. I'm like a shark.
Oh, really?
I
was going to say, I may need to race you to see a former swimmer here.
I heard that you're a swimmer. I heard that you raced with Guido and you won.
I did beat him, yeah.
I beat him as well, so
Oh, so
Yeah,
now
so yeah,
in the championship round.
the
Yeah.
finals.
Yes, and speaking of guys you fought and beaten, Andy Ruiz, another one, a lot of people are thinking, what should be next for him? What's your opinion on that?
I guess those fights change his life. You know, the first fight, getting the win, he made history as the first heavyweight Mexican champion. The second fight, he didn't go as well as he wanted to, but I think he's still a very skilled and dangerous fighter. And I believe if he trains hard and puts in the work, that he'll have some big fights lined up for him, in the future or near future.
And another big fight coming up, Anthony Joshua. He should be, according to Sky Sports, fighting Kubrat Pulev. How do you see that fight playing out?
I guess with him, I think he's got youth on his side, and we've seen that he can adjust and change, and come back and win. Obviously, after the adversity of losing Andy Ruiz, and I guess my opinion is that he'll come out and do the job. Yeah. You know, he's got good firepower. You know, he can box, he can fight. I think he'll get the win.
By knockout?
I think so, yeah.
And UFC middleweight champion Israel Adesanya, he mentioned you in his speech in the Halberg Awards. What is your relationship like with him?
We're not like the friends, but we keep in touch on social media. And in New Zealand, there's a lot of respect between athletes, sporting athletes, fighters. When I see him in the UFC, I'm proud to see what he's doing and achieving and accomplishing in the UFC. He's a champion, and he's only been in the sport for 2 years. And I guess same thing when I do well. I guess that they're supporting me and wanting me to supporting me and cheering for me and wanting me to do better and better.
What do you think, though?
He's an exciting fighter. I think he's an exciting fighter with a lot of, it's not only him though, it's his team as well. A good thing is that he gives a lot of credit to his coach, Eugene, but I think he's got a great team behind him. He's an exciting fighter who shows a lot of different, he can fight going forward, fight going back, and he's got a lot of, all these different moves. It's pretty exciting.
Well, what do you think about his upcoming fight against Yoel Romero? It's here in Las Vegas.
Yeah. I think I back him. Like I said, I back him, but it's a fight that not everyone wanted that fight, and he went chasing it. So let's hope he does well.
Lastly, what would you like to tell all the fans tuning in February 29th?
It'll be a good night of fights. I'm going to go out there and have fun.
And then celebrate in Texas, maybe with some barbecue?
Oh, yeah. Steak, Texas barbecue.
Pulled pork.
Yeah. Let's do it.